Hi guys, this is Ratchet and we are playing Criminal Case Traveling Time, and this is actually going to be the last case in Criminal Case Traveling Time as we're going back to ancient times where it all began. This is actually the first time that in Criminal Case that we get to go back to one of the districts to do another case, which just popped up. I actually expected the last case to be another island which would appear here, or maybe it would be this one right here. But anyway, we are going back to ancient Egypt where it all began to stop Ammon from sabotaging our machine and Nebat from sneaking up to our time machine. Well, Katrina, we tried our best to undo the damage that Ammon did to the timeline. We stopped the Egyptian Trade Company from taking over the trade route in the 18th century. We helped China hold their own against an early and potentially devastating Mongol invasion in medieval Asia. But I don't think it has been enough, and seeing Ammon falling dead in Ogedei Khan's hands was brutal. But even with Ammon dead, the timeline is still out of whack. Rolanda says all our efforts were like putting an adhesive bandage on a gunshot wound. He also says the only way our original timeline will be preserved is to make it so that Ammon never changed anything at all. Which means catching him before he ever sabotaged our time machine. Exactly. You mean we'd have to go back to the day Caesar got murdered? That's when Ammon sabotaged our time machine. And when Nebat infiltrated our team, pretending to be a poor Egyptian slave. Yes, Nebat, or rather Nefertiti, princess of the Ptolemy dynasty. She traveled to 47 BCE from 2029 to weasel her way into our time machine and into our team. We trusted her and cared about her, but she worked with Ammon all along to stop us from returning to 2029. That traitor! And so Orlando's plan is to go back to 47 BCE and arrest Ammon and Nebat before they can do any of this. Am I getting it right? Still, I hate to play devil's advocate here, but what if we run into our former selves? A version of us is already investigating Caesar was murdered that very day. I'm well aware of the dangers of causing a time paradox by running into our former selves. But we must take the risk. We'll also disguise ourselves as Cleopatra's guards. That way nobody will recognize us. That said, talk to as few people as possible and be as fast as possible. We must locate Ammon and Nebat, grab them, and go. We can only hope that with those two behind bars, the time agency will exist again in our present, and no Ptolemies will arrest us when we return. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. What could go wrong? Except everything. We have no choice. This is our only chance. Time jump to 47 BC in 5, 4... and we go deep into history back where it all began. Ancient Egypt, 47 BCE. Well, Katrina, here we are, the day Pompey killed Caesar. Your first investigation with time. Man, I'll admit, I'm super nervous. Zara, have you got your guard uniform together? You know it, Kai. I'm ready to go catch some time criminals and go home. We'll never return to the same investigation twice. Even though it's potentially dangerous, as long as Katrina is on board, we'll be fine. All our hopes are pinned on you. Just remember, we can only interfere with the investigation into Caesar's murder. Yep, our mission is short and simple. Find Nebat and Ammon, arrest them, and bring them back with us to 2029. Let's start looking for them in Cleopatra's garden, Katerina. Okay. This is 47 BC. Nothing will happen. Ammon, you're coming with us, and you too, Nebat. We know everything. I'm not sad. She deserved it. No, you deserve to die. Stay like that. Rope, where is it? Come find them. I just saw the star here. Go on. Oh, there. So how is it that you died now? Oh my god, Katrina. That body, it's in a bed. It looks like someone tore her heart out. I can't believe you came here to rest in bed and now she's dead. Who would have done this? And more importantly, what does her death mean for our timeline? I agree, Katrina. We need to figure out who killed her and why. Only then can we be sure her death will not impact the timeline in any way. We'll still keep an eye out for Ramon, but we need to start this investigation. Let's have a look at what you picked up. That rope you found looks like the same kind used to bind her wrists and ankles. There's something on the rope. We'd better get a sample. You also found a gold ankle cuff. There seems to be some kind of engraving on it. I'll grab your dusting key so we can see what it says. I'm not sure what Nebeta's death will mean for us in our timeline, Katarina, but the only way we'll find out is to solve her murder. Well, she's not from the past, she's from the future, and if she died here, then I don't think nothing will happen. Who got to you before we could? Katrina, I never thought I'd seen a bet on my slab. I don't know what to think. Yes, and now, after everything she did to us, we still need to find her killer to make sure her murder's not changing the timeline. Well, first things first. The blade used to excise the Bet's heart was very sharp and not serrated. Although, frankly, I'm surprised they found anything to remove after how she manipulated us. I'm sure Amy would say the same. Yeah, where is Amy anyway? This is an important investigation and I haven't seen her since the jump. What? Oh, I'm sure she's around here somewhere, but in the meantime, I have more information for you. Nabet was still alive when her heart was removed, hence the ropes used to tie her and keep her from running away. Whoa, that's intense. Who could have that much rage against Nabet? Did she betray someone else as badly as she betrayed us? Maybe someone was just even angrier at her than we are. Still, keep an eye out for a dagger that will fit the cuts. Another thing, the killer left traces of pomegranate juice on the rope we used to bind Nebeta's wrists and ankles. The killer was probably eating some pomegranate prior to the act. So our killer was hard as not to snack on pomegranate before removing Nebeta's heart? That's cold-blooded. We'll see who got her before we could. Okay, we're gonna dust the ankle cuff or we're just gonna identify the right thing, I don't know. Dust, okay. Oh, look who comes. That gold ankle cuff has Pamela's name on it, Katerina. And he's from our present. Oh no, that's not good. Pamir is the rogue time traveler who disguised himself as Egyptian god and killed Caesar. Having to talk to him about Nebes's murder puts us in danger of stumbling into our own selves. We're going to have to be extra careful. Good point, Katrina. This time at least we can tell Pamir we are also time travelers. Although to gain his trust, we better pretend to be a rogue like him. Okay. I have a bad feeling about this. Okay, now the rope. You managed to get us up on that purple sausage on the rope, Katerina. Let's get Theo. Okay. Pamir, found a piece of your jewelry near the Queen's Crocodile Pond, next to the body of a murdered slave girl named Nebet. Nebet was murdered? Man, Cleopatra's not going to be pleased. Let's cut to the chase. We know Nebet was a time traveler, and we know you're one too. What? You too? I only found out about Nebet the other day because I caught her using a smartphone. Dude, I hope you're not from time. No, don't worry, you're not from time. We're just having a little adventure. Look, Nebet was our friend. Do you have any idea who might have killed her? Did she have enemies here? Not that I know of. You know, I'm only here because I have the hots for Cleopatra. Look, I want to help you guys. Why don't you check the room where Nebet slept with the other favored slaves? It's true, Katrina. Nebet was posing as a slave. That means she'd have slept in the slave quarters. We'd better check them out. Okay, that went well. I still have a bad feeling about we got back here twice. What would happen if we meet our other selves? I'm getting a bit confused about this. The paradox, what would happen? Because Pablo is supposed to be, well, he was supposed to be back in the future, in the time headquarters. That was in the very first case, but then Amon sabotaged us and we got stranded, so we don't know what happened to him. And now he's here again. That went well. So this is where Princess Nefertiti slept while pretending to be a slave girl called Nebet. Must be rough for her sharing a room with riffraff. You're right, Katrina. Now that she's sleeping forever, we need to look at those clues. That chest has some hieroglyphs on it. Let me grab the tablet and see if I can translate it. The squiggle is an N, the two huggy arms are E, the foot is a B, N, E, B. Hey, this must be the best's chest. Makes sense that she would get to have some belongings as a personal favorite of Cleopatra. Let's have a dig through the best's stuff and see what we find. And what is that bunch of broken clay? Now how to piece those together? We haven't found Ammon, but solving the Bet's murder could be crucial to fixing the timeline, so let's get cracking, Katerina. Okay, let's restore this clay chunks. Oh, it's a bird. Wait, isn't a bird supposed to mean something? I can't remember what. What is such a fancy statue doing in the slave quarters? I'll tell you what it's doing here. If you tell me what two of my lump-headed guards are doing among the slaves. Look who comes. Cleopatra, your highness, we are humbled before your generosity in this gift of a conversation with you. Please, let us speak together. Okay, here she comes. Okay, now Nebet's chest. It's a feather fan. I found a fancy feather fan in Nebet's belongings, Katerina. What's the symbol on the handle? We'll have to take this fan back to the time machine to understand it. Okay. And you are... So the symbol of that feather fan means Priestess of Ra. But why didn't Nebet have this fan? Did she and the priestess know each other? Well, we'll find this priestess, see if she can help clear up some of this mystery. Okay. I'm glad Cleopatra has no idea who I am because it was Jack who investigated Caesar's murder. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say. I didn't want to go here with Jack because we already investigated the murder here, so that's why you come with me, Zara. We'll just have to hope that she doesn't recognize you in an Egyptian costume. Well, yeah, that. We must address Cleopatra with utmost respect, and we cannot mention anything about Nebet having been a time traveler. I don't think Cleopatra knows what happened, so... How dare my own guards loiter around the slave quarters when my Caesar has just been murdered? Oh... He's not the only one, Your Highness. Your slave Nebet had her heart removed. What? She was supposed to be here cleaning my statue of Isis in a goddess bird form. I have an offering I must make. And if Nebet's been murdered, who can I possibly sacrifice to assist Caesar in the realm of the dead? This is a nightmare. ISIS will destroy me, she isn't already doing so. Find who killed my favorite slave, you idiots. Alright, fine, I will. Those strange Roman soldiers owing Caesar's murder are being more helpful than you are. Yes, Your Highness, we'll be sure to find the Bet's killer. Oh no. So there are the former selves of us. Oof, that must not happen. Children, you have traveled far to see me. This I see. Further than you can imagine, Great Priestess. And in our travels, we found your feather fan in the possession of a young slave called Nebet. The young slave has now unfortunately passed to the next world, Great Priestess. This is what happens when one offends the gods. Nebet came to me seeking counsel once, or so I thought. But she lacked respect for me, Takat Vabet. I am the god's messenger, and she stole my ceremonial fan. She stole it? Could this effect have led to her heart being removed as if in sacrifice? No, it is not the season for human sacrifice, children. Surely you know that. Whatever happened to that poor girl had nothing to do with me. We'll see about that. What's the purple substance from the rope? Katrina, with everything that happened, I didn't even have time to properly thank you for saving me. You're welcome. I'm still getting used to having my entire arm back. It's crazy to think I almost faded out of existence because my ancestor had fallen in love with the wrong man. Yes, it's so nice to see you in one piece again. If only we didn't now have to worry about who killed Nebet. Well, we do, and I have evidence for you. It appears that the killer left traces of lotus essential oil on the rope. In the amounts present in the sample you sent me, the killer didn't use it as perfume, but as medicine. What, like aromatherapy? Exactly. The killer may have been using aromatherapy to stay calm or lower their blood pressure. Well, Katrina, this sweet-smelling killer definitely lowered Nebet's blood pressure to non-existent, and we need to raise theirs by catching them. Nice one. Well, Katrina, we came back to 47 BCE to prevent Damon and Nebet from manipulating the timeline to create the evil Ptolemy regime. But Damon is nowhere to be found, and somebody killed Nebet before we could arrest her. What went different this time around? Who did Nebet anger? The priest of Ra, Takawabe, didn't seem to think much of Nebet. Meanwhile, Cleopatra chewed us out and once the murderer found, even though she was planning to sacrifice Nebet anyway. Zeus's killer Palmu knew about Nebet's time traveling, but wanted to stay away from her. To think he could have warned us about her the first time. And while we hunt for Nebet's killer, Amon could be sabotaging our old time machine. We have to find him. Find who, Zara? Oh no, oh no. Wait a minute. What are you doing out of the machine? And why are you dressed like one of Cleopatra's guards? Oh no. Did I wear the wrong costume? I've been talking to everyone involved in Zeus's murder dressed like a Roman guard. Katrina, that's the Jack from the other investigation. Oh no, I thought we were going to be unrecognizable. We were supposed to be disguised, but... Oh no, what's this Jack going to do? Whatever he's going to do, it must not happen. Alright, we're gonna stop here. We gotta continue playing in chapter 2. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like to this video, and I'll see you again. Goodbye!